What's up, my lovely people? Yeah, I was back, man. I know it's been a minute. Life has been lifing, like for real, for real. Oh, man. Well, first and foremost, let me start by saying today, January 13th, is my 40th birthday. So I finally made it to the filthy 40s. Seemed like it took me a while to get here, but 20 years Marine Corps, been retired with almost 2.5 years almost. So, and now I'm at 40 now. So shout out to all the Capricorns, Capricorn season. But yeah, it's just life is good. Life is great. I want to shout out my oldest stepdaughter. Her birthday was December 31st, her 27th birthday. So Tia. So shouts out, Capricorn Nation, Also, so my stepson, y'all see, I done upgraded, I got me a mic and everything, and, I got me a monocaster light, got me looking like a real boy out here in this podcast YouTube world, right? So shout out to my stepson TJ, man. He surprised me on Christmas with this gift. Definitely wasn't expecting it. But like I said, like I always tell people, the best gifts are the ones you least expect. So shouts out. And like I said, he just dropped a new album, Missing Pieces. Is like I said, his rap name is Broken Child, BRKN. All right. So check that out, So yeah. But but man, I didn't do in the December because I'm pretty sure our grandbabies got us sick. My wife had the flu, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever you want to call it, and I had an upper respiratory infection. So they had us down for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, man. It was a time. I ain't been sick since I've been retired. So it's been a while since I've been sick like that. But we got through it though. We got through it. I'm pretty sure it was I like I said, grandbabies, because like I said, my grandson, he wasn't feeling well throughout, Christmas and even before Christmas and whatnot. It was funny because like he wasn't feeling well, so he came to me. He 3, so he was like, it's like, Mommy said help me. I'm like, what you need? He instead of saying pick me up, he was like up me. I was like, what? Oh, he had me rolling, but yeah, he said up me. So so I'm sure he passed on whatever he had to us, but at the end of the day, we made it. Like, leave, man. But yeah, so it was our first New Year's. Me and my wife bringing in New Year's quiet. We just pretty much sat around fighting for our life, watching movies and stuff, and brought the new year in. So our first time since we've been together. It's 2018. So, but no, it's all good. But nonetheless, we back. All right, another episode of Judgment Free with NB3. You know what I'm saying? First episode of the year. And yeah, it's a lot has transpired within the last month and a half and whatnot. So one of the things is that so we did a Christmas play at our church, at Gospel Hill Baptist Church, and me and my wife, we were the narrators for it. So it was like a musical, right? And it was funny because anybody who's seen Sister Act 2, so we performed the Joyful Joyful song. And of course, I did the rhyme part, right? So I was so geeked up about that. But I'll put a clip in this video so y'all can see. But we did. Check the rhyme. Joyful, blow me the door. In my life, rap really long before me. Where it goes, so it comes to an understanding that I'm down with the king, so now I'm demanding that you tell me who you're down with. See, till I know that I'm down with G.O.D. You down with G.O.D.? You down with G.O.D.? did that, and that was a good time. And we had a good time on stage. I wish we'd have did the whole song though, because you know how we do, black folk. You know, we'll show up and show out. You know the dance moves and everything, the parts, ad libs, everything. You know, I grew up watching it as a kid, so that was one of my favorite movies. But yeah, we did that. That was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Yeah. Semester started back, TSU. So my second semester started yesterday. So got 3 classes again. So I'm geeked up about that. You know, see how life is going with the counseling world, classmates. You know, it seemed like our break was long too, man. Like we was out December 4th until January 12th. You know, so. But most of that I was sick, so I couldn't even enjoy it. But it is what it is, you know. But yeah, I mean, so I know everybody's, got the New Year's resolutions going on, and the new year, new me, and all that, So hopefully this is your year. Hopefully this is the year, right? Your year, to make those changes. Because again, no time is better than now, right? No time is better than now. I know I've done a lot of self-reflecting just over the last year, 2025. And I mean, honestly, we done more traveling. Definitely done more traveling. And that was one of our goals, was to just get out more, not be so much of a homebody. So that Disney trip was awesome though. Yeah, we had fun. We're gonna plan more trips like that, because again, it was just we work hard. Definitely to have fun and have some different fun, right? Because we can be at the house and party and don't get together all day, but it's all about having that fun. Just getting outside the comfort zone a little bit, and expanding your horizons, So, and I know with just me being in school, being around different people, meeting different people, definitely was has kind of jump started that, because again, when you dip in new spaces and new crowds, you tend to be open and introduced to new things. So that was definitely something that I enjoy about life, just meeting people, learning their stories, backgrounds, and like, yeah, so I know for me, so the reflection I've had, I mean, since I've retired, which was September 2023, and I was sitting there thinking over these last few weeks about just life and my life, and how things just panned out and how things went about, right? Because I know for me, I'm looking to help people. I'm looking to seek out and to, motivate, inspire, and just overall help people. But I know for me, I would like apply for certain things like volunteer stuff, or like, Big Brother, Big Sister over in Houston, the GRTC program in the high schools, right? And all of those things pretty much got denied, God was like, nah. He was like, nah, this ain't your time. I need you to sit down, right? Like literally, like I've been in my man cave. Y'all see behind me? Like literally just sit with myself. And I was able to get through my depression, from 2024, situation with my daughters, and I'll be able to talk to them and all the whole legal stuff and everything. And that was when weighing on me. And, God pretty much just sat me down, was like, nah, we're going to deal with this, and we're going to feel this, and we're going to learn from this. Because, again, I was trying to, get out there, I volunteered. I became a registered volunteer in my local school districts over here in Cleveland. Like, nothing was shaking, like, over this last year and a half, almost 2 years, right? So, and it wasn't until, I started at TSU that, I got the yes. And it was like, okay, yeah, let's get it, But that was August of 2025. But all this time, I was sitting there realizing, like, yeah, I was trying to, get into so much and do so much, and And God was just blocking it, like, nah, I need you to deal with self, because it's not going to get any easier or better by just keep pushing through, like pushing through life, acting like stuff is not bothering you and something, you know. So I've, from my reflection of life, I saw that the denials that I got was pretty much blessings in disguise. It's because when I look at myself now, like, you know, being 40 today, I'm in a much better space than I was at 37, 38, 39, right? And these are the years of me being retired and just being here, not working. I wasn't in school pretty much or full time, and it was just more so understanding, like, well, you know, we all got options, right? We all have choices in life. And I could have ignored, and I could have been stubborn and was like, no, some organization is going to accept me. They're going to accept my help and my love, and I'm going to, you know, just bulldoze through. But I took the rejection as, okay, maybe it's a sign of something. I didn't take it too hard. You know, of course, nobody likes being rejected, of course, or being denied. But I didn't take it too hard. But I was just like, okay, maybe it's something there. Maybe God wants me to just chill out and relax. And I'm so glad I did when I look at it at the end of the day, because I was able to find myself, redefine myself, and be able to present myself authentically. Even going through my situation with my daughters, which still haunts me to this day and still bothers me to this day, right? And my relationship with my girls is not where I want it to be, not where it should be, right? But I have grown a stronger bond with my stepchildren and my grandchildren, right? And my wife, right? So it was one of those things where, like, look at what's in front of you, Nelton. Instead of look at what you had or what's behind you or what you think you're missing, right? And it took those couple of years to actually let it, for it to sink in, really. Because, like, man, I tell y'all, like, you know, the holidays and the gatherings, like, I'm not a proponent of, like, the holidays per se, like, you know, get crazy about all of these holidays and everything. But the triggers for me is that, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's is the times where I would get my daughters, right? Depending on what year it was, if it was even an odd year. So, you know, those would be the times I look forward to. Of course, spring break and then summertime, right? But not necessarily like the holiday per se, but, you know, just enduring the fact that, you know, what my new norm is now, definitely took some work, because, you know, that ain't something nobody wants to accept, you know, and I definitely didn't want to accept it. But, you know, the depression was creeping in, and it was weighing me down, and it was just, I went to the point where I wasn't enjoying life. So that's why last year, for my 39th birthday, we got up and just went to Vegas for my birthday. And, you know, we never went to Vegas, me and my wife, and wanted to do something, just go, let's go, you know. Just trying to shake it off, because I had to give myself permission to live and love and have fun, despite, you know, the things that life was throwing at me, right? So that's something you have to endure, because at the end of the day, like, I have to live life for me, regardless of what's going on, what I have, what I don't have, you know. But that's just what it is. And it was it was eye-opening. All the lessons I learned just in 2025, right? Through my stepchildren, through, you know, family and friends, my wife, and these are the people who helped to keep me grounded throughout this time. Even though I was still hurting inside, right? And they knew, and they didn't, you know, ignore the fact that, you know, the situation is messed up. But at the same time, like, they showed a lot of love, they gave a lot of love, and that counts for a lot. Because especially when you think nobody cares, when nobody think nobody's watching, nobody's listening, like, it definitely helped me get through the tough times, you know, during the times where, you know, I would normally have my daughters or talk to them, so like that. Like, it helped. It definitely did, you know. And then, you know, having all them live here, my stepchildren, you know, we're down to one now. So that's been a journey in itself, watching them evolve and you know, just grow and mature. It's been a gratifying experience, to say the least. It really has. So, you know, as a stepdad, playing my role, playing my position, and just, you know, picking my spots and just watching. And I love it, you know. And it's not ideal as far as fatherhood for me with my 3 daughters. You know, they live in Georgia, but, you know, I got to take what I can get and just be the best version of myself for any and everybody that's around me, because I want them to experience the best of me when they are around me. So that's the philosophy I came up with, or that I go by ever since pretty much I retired. You know, figuring out my new norm, getting comfortable with my new norm, and just you know, just figuring out, you know, my next chapter. And I'm in school now for, you know, clinical mental health counseling. I'm still loving it. I'm still in the beginning stages of it, but like I already been to a conference already, and like joined all my organizations, and like I'm going to continue that. And those are the things that excite me, you know, get up to live and to be the best version of myself, because it's you know, like life, man, life can get you, man. It can be tricky sometimes, and I'm just glad that I've had a good support system, along with just me working on my mental health, me working on myself, and taking the alone time and taking advantage of that, because not everybody has it alone time, you know, when it comes to how life be lifing, right? And I make it a point to take advantage of those moments, right? Because you never know who's going to listen or hear me or observe me, and they can learn something from this, or you know, just kind of be like a stepping stone into what their journey is or what it's going to be, you know. So I'm still figuring this thing out, y'all. Like, trust and believe. But I can say at 40 years old, well, one, I don't feel old, because, you know, when you're a kid, you think, you know, 30, 40, 50 is real old. You know, now I'm 40 now, like, I don't feel old. You know, I'm still in good shape, and I still work out. And it's just like the wisdom, man, like knowing what I know now, if I knew that back then, man, life would be so much different, right? But you take it, right? You take it in stride, and you give back to the ones coming behind you, right? So I'm definitely have affinity for the youth, and I want to, you know, inspire them. I want to cultivate them as the future generation, right? So I love the youth. I love dealing with them. I love being around them. So that's me at 40 now. I think more of the ones coming behind me, even more so now, because like I'm in that middle, you know. I ain't quite unk yet, but I'm definitely big bro, you know. But I'm you know, phasing to the unk phase, you know, in these coming years or whatnot. So so I don't take it lightly. I do take it seriously. I definitely do. And it's just, I don't know, like I've definitely, well, my first semester in TSU, I definitely learned a lot, learned more about myself, right? And then just being inspired to being a counselor, right? You know, you start to see the world in a different lens, in a sense. I mean, it seemed like I've always saw it like that, but like when you actually read about this stuff and you take quizzes and write papers, it's like, man, like, am I really like this, or am I really for this? Am I really you know, signing up for this? And the answer has been a all day yes. you know, because at the end of the day, like, I love helping people. I love seeing people at their best. I love to see people win. And yeah, like I really do. And I think this next chapter, as far as my career, will give me the most fulfillment to do that. I truly believe so. Especially, you know, trying to work with nonprofits in the underserved community. Like that's definitely the target, right? So I definitely want to extend and lend my services and my talents to that part of the world, because I come from that and I understand it can be rough, and of course we all have choices in life, right? So I chose to do something good with my life. I chose the better option for my life, right? But again, like I always say, we're always one decision away from being dead or in jail, right? Or in a bad way. So I never take that for granted. I don't walk as though like I'm holier than thou or like I'm better than people, because I'm definitely not, right? I'm definitely not. I just, you know, make good decisions, and I just chose to be a good human being at the end of the day. Not perfect. I chose to be a good human being because that's what I wanted to be at the end of the day. So yeah, I mean, I'm blessed that I made it to 40. Very, very, very blessed. And, you know, God willing, I'll see another 40, 50, 60 more, right? But yeah. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to celebrate. You know, this is a milestone, of course. I'm going to celebrate this birthday. You know, I typically, you know, don't celebrate myself. But see, that's another thing, too, that I've learned in 2025 that I'm going to incorporate in 2026 and moving forward, is that just celebrate yourself, Nelson. Like, it's okay. Don't wait for other people to do it. And don't be ashamed and don't feel bad because you celebrate yourself, you know? Because again, I go back to like my daughters, right? I used to feel guilty in 2024 and like, you know, 2025, like feeling guilty living life, moving on, right? And not be able to be in their lives, right? Not be able to talk to them regularly, right? Not be able to see them, you know, to this day, right? I ain't seen my daughters since what? Not January, December of 2022. Like physically seen them, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and then like hugged them, held them since April of 2021, you know? So, or 2022, April of 2022. So like that creeps inside when it comes to like me celebrating life, celebrating myself, being happy about life, right? So I'm going to celebrate this 40th and I'm going to have fun and I'm going to live, laugh, and love, right? And I'll give myself permission to. And this journey really started, you know, last year on my birthday, but it's a continuous process though, because again, we don't really conquer anything, right? You got to fight for life. You got to fight every single day. You got to fight and die to the old version of yourself every single day. So I do that on a daily basis. So it'd be hard, y'all, and it gets tricky sometimes. So I'm going to celebrate this monumental milestone birthday. And I feel bad and I feel guilty. And of course, I would love my daughters to be here and celebrate with me. I know they'll be here in spirit, right? But that's always on the mind though, if I'm being completely honest. And I just it sucks, but I'm a lot better though. I'm a lot better in managing and dealing with it, you know. But of course, I didn't make it to 40 just by happenstance, right? So I do take that into account. I really do. I really do. So, but I'm going to make the best of this year, 2026. And like I said, do more vacations and enjoy the wife and enjoy the stepkids and the grandkids and family and friends. Like that's just what it has to be. until I can get my daughters back in my life, like for real permanently, like that's what it has to be, you know. And I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, but at the same time, I guess, you know, God don't give you no more than what you can handle, right? And sometimes it be feeling like, I don't know about all that, right? But when you actually, you know, go through it and you look back, you be like, man, I did survive that. How did I survive that, right? So it is hard to understand it and recognize it while you're in it. But looking back at it, it's like, yeah, I was in a deep depression, right? I definitely wasn't enjoying life. And I need to do something about that. Like I need to do something about that. Not my wife, not my family, friends, you know what I'm saying? Even though they might have seen, you know, what it probably was, but I need to do something about that. And I did a lot of different tweaks and changes in 2025 to have a better quality of life, better quality of marriage, better quality relationships with loved ones, right? So and that is an ongoing journey. And just it's definitely rewarding. I can say that, right? Even though all the hardships and the heartache and pain, at the end of the day, it's rewarding for the simple fact that it shows me who I'm made of for real, and what I can endure and how I can help others endure and go along their path, right? Because I've been there, done that, or still doing it. So I'm a credible source when it comes to certain topics and certain situations, right, that I can speak on. Because I'm the type of person, I'm not going to speak on nothing I don't know about or I ain't been through. That's just not my thing. You know, we all have opinions, right? But as far as me having that conviction to be like, yeah, this is what I do, this is what works for me, this is, you know, I don't really do that unless I know what I'm talking about or I've been through it, or if I'm still going through it, right? So, and you know, husbandhood, fatherhood, brotherhood, like I can talk about those things, right? Especially as a black man, I can talk about mental health. I can talk about these things because it affects me daily. And me not talking about it don't make it no better or worse, right? It's still there. So I figured I'd get on here and be an open book and just talk about what it is that bothers me, what it is that makes me happy, what it is that makes me tick, move, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully this will get through to somebody. Maybe not. But I have to try though. At the very least, I have to try. I have to be a part of the solution and not part of the problem. So that's all I can do is control what I can control. And that's what I'm going to do. So, but yeah, I was just, my schedule got thrown off. I got sick, man. I was kind of like bummed out about that. You know, I want to be consistent, you know, with these videos and everything. And I didn't want people to think that I fell off. But, you know, life be lifing. It be like that sometimes. So, but I'm glad, you know, I got through, got my strength back, you know, special birthday message, you know, to my loved ones and all my supporters. We're all in store for a good year. And that's what I believe. So we got to just put our time and work in, right? And control what we could control. That's key. That's key right there. That's key. So, yeah. So, I mean, Capricorn season is here. All my fellow Capricorns, salute. And, I mean, and then if my daughters happen to see this video, my message to them would be just, Daddy loves y'all so much, and I can't wait to see y'all and hear y'all voice. And I understand that if you was in a different environment, things would be different. So, you know, it is what it is. But Daddy thinks about y'all every single day. I look at y'all new school photos for the school year every single day on my phone, right? And I just cannot wait till the time where you can actually celebrate Daddy's birthday in person. Because it's been a while since that's been able to happen, obviously, because, you know, the school year and everything. But I just cannot wait till y'all can celebrate with daddy. And I can celebrate y'all birthday in person as well too, throughout the year. Cause you know, that's what it's about. You know, I really miss the presence, being in y'all presence. And and I'm sure y'all is probably as tall as me, because y'all long and bone, right? Y'all get it honest, but I mean, that's just the honest God truth though. I can't wait for that day. And yeah, and hopefully this message does receive you well. And like, yeah. And we're gonna pray for a good year. I pray for y'all every day. So hopefully you had a good holiday, good, you know, got everything you wanted. And just understand daddy loves you. I really do. And like I said, I'm here. Daddy ain't going nowhere. I'm here. I'm here. So you got the number. You know, y'all know the social media and everything. YouTube, y'all. So y'all know what it is. And daddy will be waiting. All right. There ain't no pressure. Just understand this. I love every part of y'all. Okay? Every part. And understand that, you know, it's a lot of things that daddy probably don't know that I have to learn, and we have to learn each other, you know, at some point. So, and daddy's ready for all of that and then some. So just understand, whenever you're ready, questions, whatever, daddy ready. Okay, I'm telling you right now. So I just wanted to just give you that message and let you know that, yeah, it's gonna be a great year. Daddy's happy. Yeah, daddy's 40, you know, but getting older, but nonetheless, I'm here alive and well, in good health, and in a good mind and spirit. Okay, and I hope and pray that y'all are the same. Okay, so, but yeah, but again, welcome in 2026, y'all. 2026. So before I get up out of here, I do my promotions. You already know how I get down. You know, get that intellectual power.net. I finally got my wife on it now, so hopefully we'll start seeing improvement in her overall health and everything and well-being. Right, so it's good stuff. Intellectualpower.net. Okay, my brother Zoe Williams. Okay, let's ride a lighthouse. All right, MrZoeWilliams.com. Get his book. Get that self-work in. That's a year-round process, right? It's not a seasonal thing. It's every day, every single day. And of course, my class bookstore. It's the book that I bought. I started reading it finally. You know, some good tips. And I plan on buying more books. Class bookstore. All right. That's the QR code. Go on the website or go in person in Third Ward by TSU if you local. And like I said, get the reading. So yeah. And then my sister Zaza Lee, The Science of Sex. I'm still waiting some other books, some other booklets that I ordered. But you know, ZazaLee.com. Get it. Get that self-work. Get that self-inventory. You got to, because I mean, why not? Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Okay, so yeah. But yeah, I'm back. So appreciate all the birthday wishes, all the birthday shout outs. I'm getting them. They coming through. Been coming through since this morning. I'll be getting them all day. And again, like I always say, I love y'all for free. And at the end of the day, I can help you, but I can't save you. All right. Until next time, hopefully it won't be, you know, no crazy hiccups, but I got you though. And much love to everybody on this wonderful birthday Capricorn season. All right, peace.